Hi, this is Janelle, the relationship coach behind The Successful Invisible. And I wanted to come to you today with a dating tip that came about when I was watching this TikTok video, and I'll stitch it at the end of this. And that video said something very profound. And I think a lot of women, especially younger women, but there's women who are 35 plus, the demographic that I mainly coach, also underestimate. And that is to never be outnumbered. This means never be outnumbered by men wherever you are. And I know this is very uncomfortable for people to hear. This includes family. Men are men. This is friends, colleagues, family, whatever. Do not put yourself in a potentially unsafe situation with men. Am I saying all men are predators? No, they are not. What I'm saying, there are far too many instances of women, young women, middle-aged women, women who are adults, women who are mothers, and they think a man is their friend, and this man takes her into an unsafe situation, or energy changes and he feels entitled to something, and the woman ends up harmed or unalived. So it is very important to always keep your head on a swivel, always diffuse a situation before it starts, and never walk into a situation by being outnumbered by men. And if you are ever in a set of circumstances where you notice that, pay attention to your gut and get out as quickly as possible. And like I said, this is sad, but this applies to family, this applies to friends, this applies to acquaintances, this applies to work colleagues, this applies to everything. Do not be outnumbered by men. It can potentially lead to very, very tragic consequences. Sad but true, but stay safe out there, ladies.
One thing I tell younger women is to never put yourself in a situation where you are outnumbered by men. Like when you go out or you just hanging out, if there's one of you and like 5 or 6 of them, you're not safe. Even if you think they're cool, even if you're comfortable around them and you've known them your whole life, there's one or more of them whose mind is not right up here. And they're definitely not looking at you the way that you're looking at them. Now, they may not act on those impulses or urges because they understand that what they want to do is not socially acceptable in that particular climate. But it doesn't mean that they won't try if put in the position to do it. And if you've been around men and you hear them talk, the stuff that goes on up here is really disturbing. A lot of them do not see you as human. And if a lot more women understood that, they wouldn't be so quick and so trusting to just be around them without really thinking. Never allow yourself to be outnumbered. And as soon as you realize that you are, you need to start planning your exit. And then sometimes people will think they don't have to do that because they came with a bro or a cousin and they think that that person will protect them or that person is not going to let anything happen to them. But a lot of men are also blind to the behaviors of other men. They gaslight themselves and being like, oh, it wasn't really like that, or I didn't really think he meant it that way. Now, there's some really solid men out there who's like, yeah, no, that's not happening on my watch. Even a man who truly wants to protect you also wouldn't allow you to be outnumbered. They also understand men. They also know the dangers of having women around groups of men, even the ones that seem cool.